started having negative thoughts and all that. So he doesn't know, of course, but I've been working on him around depression and all that stuff.
Right. Did you ever say to him, let's remove the depression with him? Like what we?
Not with him. I did it myself on him because this morning when we talked, I offered to do units with him, and as usual, he told me absolutely not. I don't believe we are two different people. And you
yeah. I know what you mean. I know.
Blah, blah.
Yeah. But you know what I realized? You shouldn't ask people if they want to do immunics. You just ask them. You just like say. Like when someone says, "Hey, I'm feeling depressed today," you say, "Hey, let's remove it." Let's remove it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like if someone's throwing like someone's sneezing on you, someone throws a problem on you, you'd say, "Well, I'm removing it. You want to do it with me or whatever? I'll just remove that. Thanks."
Yeah,
removing your depression. You know, like you said, it's like show them how to do it. Otherwise, it sounds like this. You want to jump into my world and do what I do. You know, it's like, it's just a thing to do. It's a thing to do. Like you're showing him how to play the game. You're showing him a move. He doesn't know this move, he might die. You know, he needs to have different moves. And you got some moves you got to share with him. Okay?
Yeah.
I like to meet you. Okay, well. I mean, actually, it was, it was Bootsy that asked about it this morning, or I wouldn't have necessarily thought about it. So that's one of my moves, instead of just writing somebody off. I want to, each thing that somebody says, like you've been talking about him, I ought to think of it as something relevant to, you know, worth addressing.
Yeah.
Good. You dressed yet, Micah? No. It's on mute.
Yeah, I put it on mute. I got my goddaughter here. She's going to make a lot of noise, so. So.
Those guys will make a lot of noise.
Today.
That's okay. How old is she?
Oh, she's 5.
Oh, that's good.
So she's going to be, you know, pretty loud and in control.
That's a good thing.
Okay, so I'm just going to keep my on mute. Yeah, once I get myself dressed, and I'll turn it on. Okay?
All right. Yes.
Thank you.
No problem.
So Bob, you suggest that I do immunics on him in front of him.
Yeah, but I think what I suggest is that we look at this whole thing like doing immunics on someone. Like you're living your life and you're healthy and he's not. So you're showing him how to cure things. Like maybe it's better question is, do you want to cure? So like immunics, like it's a new word on top of everything else. Just hey, you want to cure it? Like let it be the solution. You know, he says like, does he know he's depressed, by the way, or do you just feel it? Does he know he's depressed?
I asked him, and he told me, yes, I am.
Okay, so here's a pitfall of like a immunics professional, which you are now. Like a pitfall is you're trying to like do it right rather like help him rather than like he's saying he's depressed and you're like, really? You're depressed, huh? Like get yeses and nos out of him. Like Greg would always do, like, did you test on that? But here he's in a weakened state. He comes to you and he says, like, I'm depressed. You go, okay. So you're depressed. Like, what's that? You know, sort of like repeating back to them what they said almost, but there's a technique to it. Because I made this mistake too. Like, you reflexively want to fix it. And then get him to want to fix it with you. Rather than just getting it. Like Lance. Like, he's okay the way he is. He's perfect. He's perfect Roberto. He's where he's supposed to be. Now let's make sure you transfer the information to him. And we really, it's more like doing nothing. Like do nothing, do less. And let them, you know, catch the spirit from you and remember, oh, I can just go somewhere else. It's a choice. I see him walking behind me over there. I see his shadow behind your head. There he goes.
Yes.
Yes. I'm familiar with talking with people with headsets on, with children and husbands in the background. This is like when we were like probably Jewish in concentration camps, and we had to talk to each other in code. There he goes again. See? I'm working on him right now.
Wow. Great.
Camera, please, Drake.
What's
Greg, I
that?
can't. You're frozen.
I'm frozen. I better do something about that.
Not to me. Strange. Not to me. You're moving.
What?
Well, I think I have to close some browsers and something here.
Those gray sheets.
Stop browsing. I'm at my apartment again.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Hold on a minute. I told
I have all the big
ones that are bunched up. Franny wants just to fold up and save for later when she comes down. Because
The gray ones.
the ones that are folded are all clean. The ones that are piled.
Greg, can you put yourself on mute?
Oh.
These are the times that try men's souls and women's souls, Rizzo. I had blood in my urine once and I thought I had cancer. Blood in the urine is a very scary symptom. Especially in the middle of the night without a wife in the house who's an immune master. So anyway, so where exactly is this cancer that he has anyway? If I may ask. Where is it located in his
It's in the bladder.
in the bladder? There's a mass. It's like a
there's a mass in the bladder. And what we don't know is it has extended to other organs. We don't know that. It didn't show from the exam.
Well, why can't they take a picture of that? What do you mean you don't know? Come on, Chitty. Come on, little Chitty. Come on. Oh, the air feels good. So, like, do you know exactly the size of the thing that you want to that he has to get out of his system? You know what it looks like?
On the ecography, the size was 7 centimeters. But the doctor who saw him, the last doctor, was a bit puzzled. He thought it was too much, there was a mistake. So I don't know. I'm not for sure if it's 7 centimeters or 7 millimeters.
Oh. Okay, so they're just going to go in there and remove it? Is that it?
Yes.
Then what's the big deal? Why is everybody so depressed? Why don't they just let him remove it? So he blew it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, because they told him they're going in on Tuesday and remove it and then do a biopsy on it. And then, because it may be extended around the bladder, they want to know, first of all, what type of cancer it is, you know. And then they will see either rebuild his bladder or take it away and do something else. It's quite a long story. And he's scared.
Well, what I'm saying is like that. Let's see that the story has to stop at stop. The facts that are he has a measurable mass of something in his bladder. Period.
Yeah.
You know, right now it's us against them. So kill it. Kill the. Have that be it. Like just punch through reality. Like eliminate the thing. Like get that out of there. Out of mine too. Like out of his mind and your mind. That has to be not a station anymore. Not like you're pretending it's not a possibility. You're doing the yoga of choosing the other choice. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It disappears. Like, you know, when we say, listen to this. You know when we say all our bodies are headed to a line and going towards God? Remember that? Sure? All my bodies are, what do we say?
You're breaking up.
Not in God. No. Okay. Thank you. Well, that's right. I forgot my connection isn't very good over here. I'm at my house.
Actually, I think if you talk a little slower, it will sound better.
Okay, well think about that little mass as like the noosphere. It's its own little unit.
Okay.
And it has its higher bodies to it too. Okay?
Yeah.
So we say, so you're, like in the prayer of the noosphere, all the bodies are aligned and headed in God's direction.
Yes. Yes.
Remember that great video where they're spinning and suddenly they go in a little thing in God's direction? It's not like,
Yes.
you're not being mean, you're just getting it out. It's lost. It's stuck in your husband's, bladder. It's not supposed to be there. And unless he's still, he might still need it to be there because maybe he's getting some lesson that he could faster if he had makes a choice to just, what I mean? Then we could all drop the subject of this big, massive baseball. I mean, he could go out to a real field and throw a baseball in the green grass. And right now it's this black ball with crap in your husband's, bladder.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I think I just made a judgment on the cancer. I judged the cancer. I take it back. I didn't mean to insult the cancer. I love cancer. Yes. I'm alive. Okay. Well, good luck. There's your kitty. Yeah, your kitty. And there's your husband, and there's you. So, can you hear me now, by the way? Am I still breaking up?
No.
I'm breaking up still? Oh, good. Okay.
So was there some action or something to test about that cancer that we're, what you're just talking about?
I think we're beyond testing. What I think we ought to do is align in a direction, like where everything else we do, because we have to let your husband go now. We know what to do. We just cheered him. I just cheered him. The guy, as far as I'm concerned, all his body's already God and headed in God's direction, and the cancer is leaving as fast as it's supposed to and can. And now everything I do is aligned with Roberto getting well. Even if it's, folding my clothes, like he's just part of my mission. So I don't want to test on it. I just want to say that let's just all remove Roberto's cancer as best as we can. I wouldn't mind starting the meeting and that's good use of our time.
Well, I think the meeting's been going very well, and you have started it, and I love what you're doing. I'm very, very impressed, and I'm glad to be listening to this. So please continue. I mean, but I also I learned something just now about curing things, Barb, because what you're saying here is that we've all set our intention on him being cured.
Yes. Right.
And we're aligned and going in the right direction, and that's I changed. Something in me changed just now.
Yeah.
I feel different. I actually feel different.
I'm really, really grateful. Thank you.
Okay, well, I've aligned in that, and I'm curing his cancer too.
Thank you, Brad.
Thanks, great. If it wasn't for Greg, I would not be in this room today. In this virtual room.
And so thank you.
And then Myra's big shoulder got in the way and I couldn't get out of the room.
This thing that this thing that we're doing here is good for us, and it works very well with babies and animals. With adult people, it depends. As you were saying before, we don't know what Roberto needs or wants and why he has this cancer. And so whatever we do counts for very little compared to what he does. Like, we can take it out and he can put it back, and his vote counts for 100 and our vote counts for 1.
Yes.
But if he doesn't know we're doing it, then he doesn't know to put it back, so we might win that way. We might win that way.
Yes.
Like, we just don't tell him we're curing him, and he goes about his business, and the doctor will say, "Oh yeah, there was nothing much there. We got it out, and it was big, but it wasn't malignant." So whatever.
It's possible. Yes, absolutely.
I found the beginning interesting, Barb, when you were telling her what to say. Because
I think that's part of coaching, yeah.
that's what these
Kinda
meetings
like-
are about. Like they're about, like, we don't know what to say to people, and you were telling Ross right at the beginning, you know, you were saying, like, don't ask him if he wants to do immunics. I thought that was great.
Yeah, that's important. Thank you.
Yeah. Thing is that, you know, what I'm getting is we're all a little shaky, me too, on what to say. I mean.
Right.
You know, we're just a little shaky.
It's like getting,
We're
yeah.
a little shaky on it.
Yeah.
Remember my note I wrote. Remember my note I wrote to Knight Shamlin last week.
Right.
And you know, I was thinking, like, what would happen if he called me? You know, and I started walking around and I was talking to him, you know, in my mind, you know, and then I started thinking, you know, maybe I could play a role where I am me. And one of you is Knight Shamlin, and I just do what I was doing in the park. It might not be so bad to be myself, to try that. I could just see, you know. So who wants to be Knight Shamlin?
Well, I'll be in if you want to volunteer. Want to do it, Ross? Go for it.
No, you have volunteered. I'll take you.
Okay.
And okay. So I'll just call you. You gave me a time to call you. So you're there.
Right.
It's the evening. I'm eating dinner, and you know, you're there waiting for me to call you. You knew I was going to call because you made the appointment with me. So, so hi, Knight.
Good.
Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea what I do?
I can't say I do. No, not really.
I teach people how to cure medically incurable diseases.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of us. We've put together a web college. There are hundreds of hours of home movies we shot, and so forth. And we keep helping people, but it never seems to tip.
So these movies are, what do you have in the movies?
People curing things.
So they're standing there curing things.
Well, sitting usually.
Okay, so go on.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you a short experience of it. How about that?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Ask a question, can I cure things, and look for a signal, like a little thing. See, here, let me hold up my finger here. See, this is what it looks like. It's just a little flick. Okay, so ask, can I cure things, and just see if you get a little involuntary movement like this. See, here's my, that's what my signal looks like.
Okay, well, my little pinky went up, you know, 'cause, maybe I was just copying what yours was doing, but it felt good to put that up.
Well, I have a feeling you're a quick study. That what you just did may be the most important thing you've ever done in your life. At some point, if you keep doing that, that will prevent or stop something that would kill you. And just not very many people know that.
Well, I mean, how do I know that I'm you know, getting on the right frequency or whatever? Because what if you're not there? Or what if I get, you know, how do I know?
That is exactly the problem. You've nailed it. You've hit the problem right on the head. That is exactly the problem. Look, people people cure things and they don't know they cured them. That's the bottom line is people.
I see. You're trying to illuminate this, like, this contagious skill of curing things. I see that. That's cool. Yeah, I see that.
Except it's not so contagious. What happens is people are good with it and they never tell a soul they're doing it.
Oh, I see. So it's like it's sort of a secret thing people do. We don't talk about it.
Or they're good with it and they tell a friend and the friend says, I'm not interested, and they never tell anybody else they're doing it. It's not very contagious, unfortunately. People have cured cancer. They've written to me. They've emailed me and said I cured cancer, and I talked to them on the phone, and they're ecstatic. And I've recorded them. I have a lot of recordings of these people. I record people doing this and talking to me and everything. I record all kinds of things. I'm not recording this conversation we're having, just so you know, but I often record people, and they've called and they've told me these things, but I never hear from them again. Nor did I actually want to tell the truth. I just don't want to give myself more things to do. I'm swamped as it is, and I've had, haven't really kept track of a lot of really great people, It requires something a lot larger than the few of us, and there's some of us who are very committed to this and are really helping.
That's neat. That's cool. And how did you get my name, or how long have you been interested in telling me about this and why?
I think when I saw Lady in the Water, I realized that what we need is that's an exact parallel. We need a small group of people. It doesn't have to be everybody at the party doesn't have to be doing it. It's exactly like the end of that movie. Like, most of the people at the party don't know what's going on. They're just, standing around with a drink in their hand. And I'm talking here, I am talking about people who cure things. Let's say everybody at the party is people who cure things. And the fact is that doesn't matter. They don't have to know what's going on, but there need to be like those 4 or 5 people who actually tip this into global consciousness. Just like those people got her out of there. There were just like this little handful of people who actually got her out of there. And once they got her out, then everybody saw what happened and they all rejoiced. But everybody didn't know what was going on while it was. So that's the idea that I have about it, and that came together for me when I saw that movie.
So you're wanting more people to know what's going on, or you want a small group of people to know and bring it through?
I need the right people, and I have some right people. But see, this is like where I am now is like in the middle of that movie. Like where he has the meeting and he says, well, I think you're probably this, and he says to this other guy, you're probably supposed to do this, and they're all saying, okay, I'll try to do it, but they're really not, the one that's going to do it. Like the one that's going to do it emerges at the right time, and that time hasn't come. And, maybe God just doesn't want it to happen. What do I know? I only work here, Maybe God just doesn't want it to happen,
All right. Okay, so you're following, yeah. Well, I guess that's... So what can I do for you?
I don't know, but I was thinking maybe you would know or have an idea of what I could do for myself. That was why I wrote to you. I was wondering, since you created that movie, and also, by the way, I have gotten a lot of guidance from just about all of your movies, but I think the tipping point was Lady in the Water. I think after Lady in the Water, I went back and, watched The Sixth Sense again, and, I got more from that and so on. I've been sort of mining your your work like a database here and there, but it was really in that movie where I was sitting, especially when I saw it in the theater on a huge screen. And it
All right, so now you're giving me some ideas now. Okay, so it sounds like you and I are on like basically like a similar mission, or we have a similar goal, or we want to assist, humanity through our work. And I've been a lot more commercially successful at that than you have, it sounds like. I have a lot more money, I have a lot more notoriety than you have. And you have like sort of the essence of what I'm putting in my films. You've sort of turned that into some sort of a thing that you're doing something good with, like curing people or something, right? And is that correct so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like, so what I could do is like, talk you up a little bit. Maybe you just need some props. Maybe you just been working really hard and we've been feeding off you a little too much, and it's time for you to get a little pat on the back, because I think it's cool what you're doing. And if you're getting results, that's very cool. It's like, and more people should know where it all comes from. I mean, frankly, I've not like been that spiritual of a guy in a traditional sense. Just been curious and smart with it. So, okay, so I hear you used to live in Philadelphia too.
Me? I'm in Florida.
Okay. Florida. People are killing things.
Cut. Okay, good.
Okay.
Cut.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just have to say that I think, as far as channeling Night Shyamalan, I think you did a magnificent job of channeling him. It's amazing, really, to see, And when I was being me, I felt like I'll tell you something. I felt like I knew my way through what I was trying to do, because in our previous meetings, you remember the meeting where I showed you that outline? I think it was the last one or the one before that, and it was an outline of what to write to somebody.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually following that outline. Like, wait a minute, you know what? Let me show you the thing. In fact, I'll just put it on the screen. Yeah. You know what I could do? Ooh, wait a minute. I have to lighten my screen here. So it'll be much easier for you to see this if I lighten my screen. And I'm gonna...
Jennifer already wrote a letter to McDougal with your outline.
Well, here's my... Okay, this is my Facebook wall. Now, let me see. You see you, Barb?
I do. Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's live. Oh, I see. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have a big.
Cool.
You have a big exit thing in front of your face. But anyway, now you're good. Okay. This is my Facebook wall.
Exit.
And right up here is this is my notes right here. If you ever want to find my notes, it's very easy to find them because see, can you see where my notes are? Let me you see? See it? It says notes here, and you you click on that, and it goes here. Note or email to a potential supporter is the second note, and there's this whole outline in here. It's just 4 things on it.
And for some reason, your camera's reversed, just so you know, so it's a little hard to read text.
Oh, you mean because it's backwards?
It's a mirror image, yeah.
Oh, I see. Let's see. Yeah, let me look.
Because of your other phone. Why don't you just share Skype screens? Well,
I could, but this is actually a lot easier. And anyway, you got the idea, and you know where the
thank you.
You know where the link is now.
Okay, thanks.
Yes. So anyway, that's what I was doing. I created that outline as a result of talking to you when I realized that I should not tell them really very much about me. And if you notice, when I was talking to him before, I didn't tell him very much about me. I talked about what the problem is that people encounter and what's needed.
Yes.
It's kind of like, you know, for example, you know what when you started talking about Roberto with Ross earlier?
Mm-hmm.
And you were saying, like, don't tell him to do immunics, and you were trying to tell him what to do. Why don't you play a role with Ross where you show her, she can be Roberto, she can channel Roberto, and you can be her, and just show her for a couple of minutes what to do with Roberto.
Great.
I'll be Ross. Okay. How you doing today, baby?
You know,
Like, you're not feeling
you
too
know,
good?
I'm always thinking about that.
Well, how you feeling? Well, stop
I'm
thinking.
feeling depressed, and I'm afraid that they find something more than what they think and what I think.
All right. I know. Okay. Well, I'm removing the fear, and I'm, thinking different. So I suggest you do that too. How about you
Oh,
think?
Come on, Ross. You know I don't believe in what you do. It's
I don't care what you believe in. I don't really care about what Roberto, I don't care about what you believe in. I care about what you do. And right now, you're like in my space with this. We've got it handled. So far so good. You're creating a lot of excess fear for yourself, and you're dumping it on me. It's not good for any of us.
Okay, Ross. If you don't want to talk about me, why do you ask me? I'm here thinking my armchair brooding.
Well, here, let me ask you this. Would you like to talk about curing you? Would you like to cure this? What's your intention? How would you like to listen? Let me ask you a question.
Cut. Okay.
Yeah.
As you can see, what you've done is you hit the tar baby.
Yeah.
That's what you did. You hit the tar baby. So now, why don't we let somebody else try? Why don't we let Greg try, and let's see how he does with, and this time, Barb, you be Roberto, and Greg will be Ross. And Greg, lower your camera, because all I see is your ceiling. You're this little tiny thing.
The ceiling?
That's good. Very good. Thank you. Okay. You are lower it a little more.
How about if I sit up more?
Okay. So you're Roberto. I'm sorry. You're Ross. Greg, you're Ross. Barb is Roberto.
It is fun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you're scared. You say you're scared.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, I guess so.
Are you scared right now?
I don't know. Not any more than I always am. Whatever. I'm just how I am, Ross.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. I'm a little uncomfortable. Yes, I must say. I'm a little edgy about all this stuff. So I'm getting a little,
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good to talk about it, right? To see the light of day rather than just keep it to yourself.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm grateful to you. I don't tell you that as much as I should, but yeah, I'm grateful to you. I see what you're doing.
Well, yeah, we're in it together. You know, you're not alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and I guess you like you feel like you want to hole up like a dog and be alone, protect yourself or something. But listen, however you are, you're not going to hurt me.
Right.
I'm fine, and I'm here. So let's get you healthy. Yeah?
Okay.
All right. The first thing is, okay, so you're not scared anymore, right?
Right.
Okay, now you're still facing this stuff as unknown stuff.
Okay, cut. Okay, good. Now, what I'm wondering is, like, Barb, when you started, when you started the meeting and you were talking to her, you were saying, don't tell him about immunics. I thought you said what she should do is just ask him to test if he can cure his cancer. Did you say that? Maybe I didn't hear that.
Yeah, pretty much. And I guess
All right.
Before I do that, I wanted to ask, does he want to cure his cancer? I didn't really there's got to be an agreement, and that's the place to start, really.
All right.
Like Greg was, like when Greg said,
good idea.
This, right?
All right, I'll tell you what. Why don't we start this way? Okay, Ross? I want you to play Roberto again, okay? You're Roberto.
I am Roberto, yes?
And I'm you, okay. Okay, how you doing?
The usual, you know.
Well, here, see my finger?
Oh, Ross, come on. Here you go again.
Hold your hand up.
I don't believe in that. No, Ross, really. I'm tired and I don't feel like playing with you.
Okay. Well, I just want you to know that I'm worried about you. And
I know. You're doing a lot, and I know.
And I'm afraid you're going to die. And,
are you?
And I'm afraid you're going to die, and I want you to cure this. So just so you know that, and I'm not playing. This is not a game to me, and I am not playing. And I am trying to help you, and so I want you to do what I'm telling you to do, which is hold up your hand and see if you get a signal on this question.
Ross, you know that I really appreciate all what you're doing, but I don't believe in what you believe. We're different, Ross. That's the point. Me and you are different.
Okay. Well, then I'll stop. Cut. And you see, from there, what we have is just now. I think that in this role play, you said the right thing. Barb, turn your turn off and turn on. Turn your camera off and on again, because you're frozen.
Franny is calling in. Please hook her in.
All righty.
Any second though. Sitting next to me.
You're saying the right thing to the wrong person. It's that simple.
We could be together.
You know, and unfortunately, see, one of the things I said in the movie that I made is that unfortunately it is not very likely that I'm supposed to call Franny's telephone, right?
You could call Franny's telephone. Franny, what did you call in yet? She's calling now.
Oh, Franny? I see.
She can't hear you.
Okay. All right, you're added in.
Thank you.
Hi, Franny.
This is what we.
Hi.
This is what we keep talking about. You can say if you say the right thing to the wrong person, you're going to get nowhere. And unfortunately, it may be. Let me put it this way: wouldn't it be a real coincidence if your husband just happened to be interested in the same thing you were?
That would be great.
I mean, but it's not very likely, is it?
Yes, it's not.
No, I mean, he likes fishing and you like going to chick flicks or whatever, you know? You have different interests. It's usually people have different interests than the other members of their family. But sometimes, you know, a father takes his children out to, you know, to hunt, and they're all into hunting. They all go together for the rest of their lives. But usually, you know, you know, the father's a lawyer and the kid wouldn't go near law school. You know, he joins the Peace Corps, or, you know, goes to work for the world, he becomes a doctor, goes to work for the World Health. So it isn't very likely. It's just not likely. And that the tragic thing is, like, look, incidentally, by the way, I got, Barb, you're still there, right? Your camera's not on yet.
Oh, I see.
But you're still there. I just want you, I got an email from Louis Ignacio. Alice died. There's a eulogy. I forwarded the email.
I read it. Thank you for
to some of you. And
Alice Ignacio died.
These were,
I didn't know her kids live here.
These were people who were my old students. He's a psychiatrist. She's a clinical psychologist. She's dead now, but she was a clinical psychologist. They had their own clinic for a while. He used to send his patients to my courses. And when I started being interested in getting an ally, I called her and we were talking like every day for a while. And then a Christian friend of hers who she respected told her it was the work of the devil and she shouldn't be involved in it, and she stopped talking to me. And that's what happens, you know, that I was hoping she would be able to...
I'm telling you.
What, Greg?
Her friend didn't identify herself for saying, I'm the devil, I'm telling you not to talk to that guy. He said, anyway. No, the devil accuses others of being. Anyway, go ahead. So,
Greg, it's great to have you on. You're just too funny. Okay, look. So that's this is what we face in our life, is that the many people who we love and have loved, we watch them die. We outlive them. That's, you know, it just goes with the territory. We cure things, they don't, and that's what's going to happen. And what we need to do, we have to get back to business, find people who do cure things, and help them cure things.
I know.
We have to learn to say the right thing, and you can start by saying it to the wrong people, and that's okay. It's good practice to say it to the wrong people, and then find the right people and say it to them.
Yes.
You know, the funny thing is, in all this time that I've been talking to, I've been, you know, sometimes I get Roberto and I call you and so on. And I really like Roberto. I'm going to be sorry if he goes. You know, I've come to really enjoy hearing him answer the phone with his new English words he's been learning. You know, but I don't think we can afford to, like, dally on, you know, feeling bad about any of this. Of course, when the person is your life partner, it can be very hard not to dally.
Yes.
Barb, your camera's just is still turning. It's just turning. Turn it off and back on. Let's see if you can get it back.
I did it twice already.
Yeah.
How's that? Why don't you call me back?
Nah, it's okay.
Okay.
Hi, Nell. How you doing, kid?
I'm doing well, thanks very much.
It's good to see you. Good to see you. I want to ask you to just, you cure things all the time, right? Like all throughout the week you cure things?
Mm-hmm.
So keep on curing and keep on tweeting about it, because I love your tweets and I really get something from them, and I will write back to you. I'll help you if I can, and I know a lot of the rest of us feel that way too. Okay? Just so you know.
Yes, thanks. I wait.
Hey, Franny. Franny?
Yes?
I was wondering if you could just share the hookup with Greg, because we don't have such a good connection and we're not doing too well on this call. So how about get off your phone and just be on his video?
Well, I'm making myself some miso soup right now.
Well, I know, but would you be able to hear? I mean, you could just, you know.
I can hear everything right now.
All right, then just.
It disrupts them. I could be on the phone too.
Get off. No, Greg, don't do that.
Okay.
Franny, get off the phone, okay?
She couldn't really hear that because she can't be on the headset. She'd be in the room. We'd be broadcasting into. They'd be hearing the whole conversation.
Okay. Well, it will work better if she's not on the phone. It was the call was better before. So, Micah, how are you doing? What's your story these days?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, life is really great and things are really wonderful, and I'm feeling pretty good.
How exactly are you making a living now?
Well, what I've been doing is I've been working on getting me, helping people do my own type of healing work. So I've been building that up, and I've been getting some clients. And in addition to that, I'm starting to do real estate again, and I have several projects that are closing this week.
So you're buying some more. You're buying some more houses.
Yeah, I'm buying more houses, but I'm also structuring transactions, REO pools. You know, like I just raised for some friends of mine on a large pool. I just raised $200 million like 2 weeks ago. For REO pool.
Tell me again, for what?
For a REO pool, a bunch of houses. So I have a friend that's, you know, he's a billionaire, and I got him to put up some money for some other people I know that were trying to buy it. So they came up with some money, he came up with some money, and now I got a pretty huge transaction closing. And I'm pretty happy. I think it's got to do with that Feng Shui prayer, the attraction of it.
Well, it's helped me a lot. I do that prayer every week at the meeting.
Yeah. I do it every day, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Maybe I ought to start doing it every day.
Every day.
You know, I have to say that I can be pretty lax in my application of myself.
Oh, you know, if you find something that works, it only works if you apply it. So I found something that worked. I'm applying it.
Well, good for you, Micah. That's absolutely great. Absolutely great. What kind of diseases are you dealing with and helping people cure?
Well, I have a situation that's coming up right now, something brand new that's pretty traumatic, and it's a lady that they're basically sending her home. She has cancer, that type of situation. So I'm dealing with her and the family right now. Plus, she's like seriously depressed. So that would probably be about the most traumatic thing that I have going on right now. But most of the stuff that I do my own stuff, and I got a friend of mine who's he uses a device and different things in order to actually, you know, work with people to help people do different, you know, things as far as cure. So between my stuff, you know, one of my associate stuff and things like that, that's how I've been putting it together prior to meeting you guys. You know, so now, you know, the way I see it is I have a whole spirit, mind, body formula, because you guys, you're dealing with, you know, spirit, you're dealing with the mind, that's having an effect on the body. You know, and some of the other stuff that I'm doing with my energy work. And you know what I did? Get this.
Okay.
I took your Feng Shui prayer, right?
Yeah.
And I started asking to attract greater healing capabilities.
Yeah.
You know, that you know, more of the spirit God, whatever, would be in my presence when I was doing this, and it was so powerful. Like 2 days ago, I had a guy on my table, right? I almost wanted to jump off the table because what I did is before I did my work, I did the feng shui part of it,
right?
Part of the attraction part, and it was so strong on him, right? He looked like a child sitting there holding his hands like this, because this is how he was feeling when it was hitting him. The energy was hitting him, and he was just curling up and everything, with his toes were curling and the whole 9 yards. And when he woke up, I asked him, I said, what was going on? He said it was 4 times. I almost wanted to jump off the table because it was so strong. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I got to be honest with you.
Nice. Well, Ross, are you learning anything from this, what he's saying?
Yes. Healing is possible. Curing is possible.
Anything else?
And he's blending immunics, the prayer, in this specific case with the modality he's using.
Okay.
And it works very well.
You know what I was learning from it, this is actually something I already know it, but I need to keep being reminded of it, is to really like crawl inside of these prayers and just do them like really, really intensely.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
Just really get inside them and just like make sure I really get into the maximum experience of doing, like I'm attracting whatever this person or thing, and just draw it into me. Barb, are you there? Greg, are you there? Greg, Barb? Well,
yeah, I had the video mute on.
Where are you?
Camera I kept off because I thought it might.
Oh, there you are. Barb? No, Greg, you could turn the camera back on. Barb? Oh, ice. Okay. Well, Michael, what I could say to you to participate with us through the week is tweet. We tweet just about every day. Most of the people on this call say like when you have one of these like experiences with the prayer, like tweet it. Give it to everybody.
Well, I set up an account actually late last night because I have some guests in my house now.
Oh, I see.
And, that's why it's a little crazy over here. But I actually set up a Twitter account. I set up a Twitter account, and I did the YouTube account, and I tried to do the Facebook. But when I sent the Facebook, I did it twice. I didn't get the confirmation email, so I don't know what that was about. I'm thinking maybe that was a problem with the email that I sent it to, because I sent it to an email with GoDaddy, so I'm going to try sending it to like a Gmail account to get the confirmation and see how that works.
Let me ask you something. Remember when we were talking about making a movie together?
Yes.
What did we say we wanted to be the subject of the movie? Like, what did we want to make the movie about?
Well, I mean, when we had our discussion, it was really still a little open-ended, but we got to talking, and we were saying that the experiences that I was having and how I see that it's working, and it was just about my views on what I was looking at as far as the whole program itself and integrating it. And I've been continuously doing that because, I get a lot, I hear the voices. And so, they keep pushing me in different directions with these prayers and more integration with these prayers. And I'm finding that, you know, the more that I'm doing, the more that applies. And it's like being a little kid. I'm just trying. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I mean, I'm just taking what little bit I have and just trying. And I'm getting results.
Well, how about Tuesday morning at noon my time? I guess that's 9 your time. What do you think about that for a time to make our movie? You'd be with Barb and Bootsy.
Okay.
You're making a movie right now. We're on this.
Oh.
And you've already told an incredible result, which I could make a movie out of. I could make a short movie about the prayers out of what you just talked about. That would be a great movie. The prayers could use a movie on that page, I'll tell you that.
I mean, you know, I just think that there's just a lot of potential here. I really do. I don't have any clue exactly why it works, but, you know, hey, I don't really need to. All I need to know is I get results. That's it.
Well,
Yeah.
I want you to test something.
Yes.
Do you get signals through your hand, right?
Yes. But you know what? I've been getting signals without even looking for it. All of a sudden, I've been getting signals in my left leg and my thigh for some reason.
Okay.
And I don't know what that's about.
I knew a guy he had HIV and he got a major signal in his leg. His whole leg would vibrate.
Wow.
He cured it too.
Wow.
So, test this question. Do any of my signals come from God?
Do any of my signals come from God? Yes.
Well, remember when you were saying you didn't know why it works?
Yes.
Well, that's why it works. Because God cures things.
Okay.
And we have God with us every second of our life, ready to leap to our aid if we ask. And you can see that because you can get a signal. See, people always, like, they really, people try to believe that, but there's a difference between believing it and actually getting an acknowledgement from God. Yes, I'm here and I will help you. Or just have God helping you and you go, okay, well, there it is. Ross, to go back to you.
Yes.
I want you to test a question. Have I let go of Roberto?
Have I let go of Roberto? No.
Okay. Just do it now. Just say, I'm now letting go of Roberto.
I'm now letting go of Roberto. I'm now letting go of him. Yes.
So you let go of him? But how do you know that
Yes.
how do you know that was Roberto? Maybe you let go of Micah by accident. I'm just...
No, I don't want to repeat his name because he's in the room.
Oh. Okay.
Do you understand? And then he is going to ask me, oh, what are you talking about me? And that's why I didn't repeat his name.
Okay.
But I didn't let go of Micah.
You know, I must say that I think that he's pretty supportive of you doing what you want. And that is something that's really good to have in a partner. He's a great life partner for you, you know?
Yes. He's always been supportive.
Barb, are you there? You know, I have somebody on this call and I don't know who it is. Greg, are you there? I know Greg doesn't seem to be there. Or Barb. But there's somebody on this call.
Heiner, may I ask a question, please?
Please, go ahead.
Why are they, when they asked the question, they were holding a mudra?
Oh, some people test that way. They see if their hand goes apart or comes together.
Okay, which mudra is that? Can they show me in the camera again the way that they did it? Because I could only barely see it. I could see the position of the finger.
Oh, this is my place. That's the picture on the screen. It's me. See that?
Back up a little bit because I can't see the whole hand.
Yeah, that. And see what they.
So it's like this one.
Some people do this.
Is it this one? See me?
Yeah, you can use that one.
What about? I thought it was like this one, something like that.
Well, there is one that looks like that. See, and also some people let it release. They test to see if it releases, and then other people they'll put their fingers together and they'll see if the fingers just move like that. Some people's fingers they start to repel each other when it's a yes.
Okay.
There's all different ways of testing, but you know what? The one I like the best is just holding my hand relaxed and just getting a little flick. See this? See that? Well, that's not such a good. There's just a little finger flick like that. That's the one I like. Yeah, just like that. And your pinky or another finger might. Like I get it in my thumb sometimes, and you know whatever.
Okay.
Sometimes around certain people, my index finger just pops up. You know. Just kidding.
Okay. How can I distinguish between a yes and a no when I get a signal? How do I know that the signal is a yes?
No signal is no.
No signal is no.
And actually, when I'm getting a no, my finger starts to feel more inert. Instead of flicking, it just starts to feel more like it would never flick in a million years. And that only lasts a couple of seconds, and then that's the no, see? I'm just good at feeling for signals. You know, it's something that develops over time.
Okay.
For me, a no signal is my finger pressed more tightly together instead of opening. A yes signal is the open. Am I connected to the harmonic, you see? Okay, ask if you're connected or connect to the harmonic.
Am I connected to harmony? Harmony, you say?
Harmonic. Or connect to your inner ability to cure.
Am I connected to my inner ability to cure or harmonic?
Say that again.
Am I connected to my ability to cure or my harmonic?
No signal?
No, I'm not. I'm not getting any movement out of it. I'm like getting pulsation, but I'm not getting any like flicking, nothing like that.
Pulsation's a signal. But hey, Ross,
Yeah?
we don't really say that I'm connected to the harmonic anymore. Generally, I mean,
Except me. Except me.
how about everybody just test this question? Can I cure things? See if you get a signal on that. Can I cure things?
Can I cure things?
Can I cure things?
Good, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Doesn't it sound simpler to say, can I cure things?
To get connected. To get connected when you start doing a routine or, you know.
Hey, Ross, you don't have to get connected. You're already connected. You're always connected. You've been connected for years.
I still have the habit of getting connected. For example, when I wake up in the morning and I start doing my morning routine, first thing I do is connect.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you try, instead of doing that, why don't you try just confirming that you are connected?
Okay.
Like, see if you get, like, everybody test this question. We'll use Ross's money routine. Am I able to do Ross's money routine right now? See if you get a signal on that.
Am I able to?
Ross, did you get a signal?
Yeah, I got yes.
Franny, did you get one? Nell, did you get one?
I'm sorry, I wasn't testing it.
And Nell got one, she's nodding. Greg, did you get one?
I got yes anyway when I tested it, even blind. Greg got yes too.
Okay. And Micah got yes, right?
How do I get yes and I don't know it?
Because it doesn't mean that you know the routine. It just means that if you did know it, you could do the routine. That's all. It's all it means.
That's baffling me.
Ross can, you know, Ross can tell you what the routine is. Like if you call her after the meeting, I suppose you could just see.
Okay.
See if she can tell you where to find it.
I will. I will.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Greg, it would be good to have you on camera. Is that possible?
I'm actually having some lunch here. The camera, I think the camera was making too much for the call.
Maybe.
We only have DSL here, and it doesn't work very well.
Okay. All right. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Okay.
Phone's better.
Okay. What we keep coming back to is that when it comes to speaking with people, we don't know what to say. And I'm sorry Barb isn't here because she did the role play with me, but she got knocked off completely. She is now offline.
Oh.
So that's the end of Barb, so we're not going to be able to talk to her. But I wanted to say that when Barb and I were doing that role play, we were, when I was Night Shyamalan, what I noticed is something. Greg, are you with me?
Roberto is waving hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Roberto.
I am here.
Hi, Roberto. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Keep yourself. You keep your shit together.
He's saying hello and goodbye to everyone. It's happy to meet you.
Yeah. Well, okay. When we were doing the role play with Night, I noticed something happening in that role play that happened in Made to Stick. And it was that, if you remember at the end of the role play, before I cut it, Knight was starting to really think about what he could do to help.
Yes?
And there's a story which I think I told you, I don't remember if I actually told you this, where the guy goes to a venture capital firm, and he's, you know, his friend tells him, come talk to everybody, and, you know, it's just informal, there'll just be a couple of people, you don't have to dress up, don't bring anything, you know, just come, you know, and you know, just talk to us for a few minutes, it's okay, you know. And he gets there, and he's sitting in a waiting room watching some guy make a pitch with PowerPoint presentations, and the guy is in a, you know, is in a power suit, and he wore jeans. You know, he didn't know he was going to be on. And there's like 15 venture capitalists sitting around the table. Do you remember this story, Ross? Did I tell you?
No. Honestly, no, I don't.
Micah, were you there when I told this story?
Pardon me?
Were you there when I told this story about this guy?
I can't. I didn't hear you. Broke up.
Oh. Well, anyway, I'll cut to the chase.
Yeah, you're breaking up pretty bad for some reason all of a sudden.
Okay, all right. Go on mute and see if it's any better. When hopefully it will be, or you could turn your speakers down if I break up, because that, sometimes when you get feedback through the speakers, it will cause me to break up. But anyway, he threw his notebook on the table. He had one of those legal pads with him, and he threw his notebook on the conference table, and he said, that's the future of computing. And you know, these guys picked up the notepad and they started looking at it, and one of them said to one of the other ones, how much stuff could you store on something this size? And they all just started designing his thing. They gave him $4.5 million, and he never said a word. They came up with the whole thing. And that was happening at the end of the call with Knight Shamlin. And it was happening because I didn't know what to say. And so he filled in. He started figuring out what to say. So not knowing what to say isn't necessarily a bad thing, as long as we're honest with ourselves about it.
So do you think that maybe that worked because you planted a seed that, you know, he took it from there and decided to water the seed as his contribution?
Yeah. Yeah, like when the guy threw the notebook on the table, he was planting a seed.
Yes.
And they watered it.
Correct.
You know, Akio Morita came into to work with a block of wood. A small block of wood that he'd cut in his garage. And then he handed it to his designers and he said, I want you to design a pocketable radio approximately this shape, and it can't be any bigger than this. And when I was a kid, every kid in the United States had one of those radios, and on the back of it, it said, made in Japan. He took the market with a block of wood. We don't necessarily have to know what to say. You know, I'm starting to feel somewhat complete with this meeting. Greg, how about you? Do you think there's something else I should be doing here?
I thought it was very good. I thought the role plays were very good. I'm sorry Barb wasn't back on, but I'm feeling complete. Was there anything else?
Well, Mike, I was just wondering how...
Oh, about the clause. The clause, did we talk about that?
No, we have to do that.
Okay.
Thank you. Micah, how about the Tuesday thing? Can you make it? Monday, Tuesday at 9, your time?
Tuesday I can make it. That's not a problem.
Okay, well, I'll, you know, be online, and I'm probably not going to warn you beforehand, so just be online Tuesday morning, and I will see that you're green, and I will call you. I have you on my favorites list in Skype, so it's not going to be a problem. And I'll remember you pretty easily. But now, let me show you all this, okay? Ross, and you've seen this, most of you have seen this, but I'm going to show you anyway.
Okay.
And by the way, for your information, Bootsy's at the dentist, as was Franny. On my home page, if you go to my home page, you see that's my home page my Facebook wall, okay? And here you see this picture of this red flower, it's causes.
Yeah.
And it's also here, it says I took a pledge. And so if you're here, if you go to this thing, and this is the pledge here. So far, 6 people have taken it. They are, and 242 people have been invited. Well, invite all of your Facebook friends to this, to do this. And all it is an invitation to come to Twitter. You know, I wanted to say that I think that I just want you, now, Micah, since you haven't tweeted and yet, it might be good information for you to know. I think that I've been really seeing some powerful stuff going across that Twitter feed. The Twitter feed is on, Micah, have you noticed that the Twitter feed is on our home page?
No, I haven't noticed that.
Well, that's why I want you to have a good picture of yourself on Twitter, because I want people to see how handsome you are when they come to the home
Most
page.
people who come...
When they come to the home page of our web college. This, you see it? That's the Twitter feed. It goes right through the home page.
Okay.
And there's Boots, Ross, Barb, and Francis, all with things from like yesterday. I didn't put any new tweets up today so far. Now, what I want everybody to do right now is tweet, okay, about what you've seen so far in this meeting. So, Greg, can you do that?
In a few minutes, when I get back online.
Could you use your iPod?
No, I don't have it on me here. I'm sitting at the lunch table. We're having some lunch together. And I'll be over to the computer in a few minutes. I will.
Micah, what about you? Can you tweet? As you said, you opened an account.
Yeah, I have to teach myself how to do everything, but I did get the account open, so in the course of the day, I'll get it all figured out.
Let me just show you something, as long as you're on. Oops. Holy mackerel. Ay, ay, ay. Well, I guess I can't show you anything. I just fell off the chair with my camera in my hand. Can you hear me okay, though? Can you guys hear me? It may have unplugged it. That's possible. Can you hear me? Oh, no, I think I broke my camera. Oh. Oh boy. Hi. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes. Yes.
I can hear you.
I fell off my chair with my camera in my, with my webcam in my hand, and
Oh my God.
I think my webcam stopped working because it fell on the floor.
Uh-oh.
And so I'm not sure whether it's broken or not. I have no way of telling. So
Never mind.
I now cannot show Micah the thing I was going to show him a minute ago.
Okay.
Sorry.
Are you online, Micah? You could just go to the homepage.
Okay.
And go to the homepage and
Yeah, I'm at the homepage.
and then scroll down on the right side
College
for 4.
spend around 8 seconds.
Hold on.
You probably want to turn that
Yeah, I
video.
just
This
turned
is
it
on.
off.
I always reach for that first if I'm talking to somebody. Oh, there it is. Wow, same thing. Mine came up. So you scroll down, and box number 4 on the right is the Twitter feed. Now, if I'm just starting to tweet something here, you'll see it show up on the Twitter feed there. And so that's where your lovely face will show up, and that's a good way to have a little tweet. There's a link to the Cure Drive down at the bottom of that. I like that it's in gray like that. That's really good, Byron.
You'll be happy to know that my camera's fine.
I'm happy to know that.
Hey, Micah, do you see where it says follow?
Follow, yes.
You click on that, and then you'll be following me on Twitter, the Cure Drive on Twitter. Okay?
Okay.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I see it. So I got to put in what, the email?
Well, no, you don't have to put anything in. Just click follow.
I clicked it. 70 followers.
Okay, so you're now following me, right? That's all you have to do to follow somebody on Twitter. Just click it and you're following me.
Okay.
Does it still say follow? Like you're on the page where it says 70 followers. Are you still on? Right?
Oh, it says I have to sign in to follow this account. That's what it's asking me for.
Oh, you have to sign in. And also, have it remember your password so that you stay signed in. So you opened an account, so enter your username and password and sign in.
Okay. Following.
Okay.
71 followers.
What do you know?
Okay.
And now, what I should do, I should follow you. Let me see if I can find you among my followers. You're Immortal Wisdom, right?
Correct.
Okay. don't forget to upload your picture.
I will. I just want to get it set up, and then I'm going to get a good picture and upload it.
You can take one with your webcam. You look pretty good, like sitting there. Now this is my screen. Can you see it?
No? Oh, yeah, I can see it, yes.
Okay. Well, the couple of things to see. This is my account, but I want you to notice something. You see there's nothing there, but if I move my mouse, it says edit. You see that? How that little...
I'm not seeing that good. I see your mouse, but I'm not seeing your full screen. Your screen was on, now I'm seeing the furniture in the back.
Okay, how about now?
Part of the screen.
How about now?
Part of the screen. Awakening. I see awakening at the bottom.
Okay, how about now? You see the top now?
Awakening.
Well,
backwards.
Tell you what. Let me try this. I'm going to just see. Oh, I get it. I see. I wonder if there's an easier way for me to hold this thing. There you are, and there's the top of my screen. Oh, look, see, your camera just went off. You notice? Micah? Micah, hello?
It's gone.
Oh, no. We lost him.
I'm afraid, yes.
Oh, well, we lost him completely. Okay. Now, do you have anything to say about what you got from this meeting?
No, I got in a bit late actually.
Do you feel connected to us?
Do I feel connected? Yeah, I feel connected.
Okay, well tweet that.
I just tweeted a couple of things.
Oh yeah? Okay, well I'm going to have a look in a minute and I'll see what you tweeted.
Okay, go ahead.
In fact, I will have a look now. 5 tweetsies. Oh my God, this is great. You removed all her liver symptoms, and this is absolutely great. And guess what? You are going on the home page of our web college right now.
Micah should be calling in to join us. His computer overheated and shut down.
Oh. Okay. Well, thank you, Nell. That's a beautiful thing. You are now on the home page of our web college.
Okay.
Great. Great now.
And so is Ross. You're on our home page now, Ross, again, for the umpteenth time. So this movie was given to you by HUM, the World Ministry of Immunics, which enables you to cure medically incurable diseases. We also produce the Cure Drive in the iCollege of Immunics. This is the home page. And as you see here, the movie that starts playing automatically when the page opens is a 3-hour tutorial film, which underneath it is the beginning of a series of movies. If you click on these links, you go to another movie that's a continuation of the tutorial, showing different aspects of the things that people need to get into when they cure things. The movie shows many people curing things. You'll find complete cure tutorials on the home page. Under the group at the top is another, this is a video and text tutorial, and if you click on the link, you'll see it has 10 lessons, and you can click on each lesson and you'll see that the lessons are movies interspersed with explanations. And if you continue scrolling down the home page, you'll find a huge bank of movies of people curing things. Here's one of someone curing multiple sclerosis that you can click on and these play. Hopefully this one will play in a moment. There it is. So that woman cured PPMS and MS. Here you'll find people from every continent: Europe, the US, Asia, Canada. This woman cured shingles, and in this particular movie that's what she's demonstrating. And at the top of the home page you will find links to the cure meetings that we have every week. 9 p.m. New York time, Rome time, 8 p.m. Underneath the cure meetings, you'll find a link to friend me. It's actually Byard. I'm Byard, speaking to you on Facebook. And you'll meet many people who are my Facebook friends there who have cured various diseases. Many of us have cured herpes, which is what I cured. Also there, if you have trouble getting signals, there is a whole bank of movies that focus on people who are just starting to get their first signals. Many of these people went on to bigger and better things, and you see them in other movies. But these are movies about their signals, how they got their first signals. At the very top of the home page, you will find above the masthead a link to the cure shows. And we documented people curing things on, these are on the, we did this on the phone. There are shows on about 75 diseases, and the diseases are listed alphabetically, as you can see. You actually hear the people curing these diseases during these shows. That's post-traumatic stress syndrome from 9/11, you know, the catastrophe. We have a show on that, and fever, somebody curing the fever, several people curing fibromyalgia, flu. We had a flu hotline, and there are many people. These people are actually curing flu, and the flu stops. It clears up during the 15 or 20 minutes of the call. It doesn't take long to cure the flu. Over here you have paralysis, parasitic parenting, Parkinson's disease. When you cure something, please join your voice with the voices of the many people who came before you by reporting your cure in our poll, which you can do right above the tally of the cures that people have reported is here at the top. And as you can see, there's a little link here. And if you click on that, you will come to a form that enables you to report your cure. This page is the hub of the Web College, and as you can see, there are detailed lessons on how to remove viruses, cure cancer. Here's a movie on the right here of a doctor who actually years ago cured the flu on camera. You'll notice that skill 1 in the hierarchy of skills is cure physical diseases. That's actually the easiest thing with this particular approach. And I've put a great many things in the hierarchy of skills that relate to curing physical diseases, such as ending trauma, working on your organs. Now, if we go into the Recode Your DNA, there are 10 applications or 11 applications, and Recode Your DNA is one of them. If we go inside here, what we see is a page with a huge amount of links. And then if we look at the links on the right, after the ones on the left which prepare you, these are the actual lessons. And you can see some of them. It might be hard for some people to see why blind installation procedure is related to recoding your DNA. And this is why we've put it in this application, so that it relates it in your mind. This is the reason the Webb College is organized the way it is to relate things for you in your mind. And obviously there are a huge number of things, like if you're curing cancer or herpes or any medically incurable disease, it's obvious that there are a great many things that you have to learn. And they're different for everybody. You do not have to learn everything that's listed here. And in fact, cure is instantaneous. And it's always unexpected how it will come. Like, watch these women. They're going to give you a perspective. This is a good way to conclude this little overview I'm giving you here. Say, can I go to the 144th dimension? See if you get a signal on that. Can I go to the 144th dimension?
Can I go to the 144th dimension? Yes? I guess I can.
Go ahead and do it.
Okay, both of you go to the 144th dimension.
I'm taking myself to the 144th dimension.
Me too.
No stopping for gas on the 8th dimension.
I feel clear.
I feel less interested in anything below the 144th dimension.
Can we stay here all the time?
I know, exactly.
Well, I mean, this would take a lot of backstory, but there are some decisions that my family's making that I now feel clear about.
Yes, because when you have that perspective from the 144th dimension,
yeah,
you simply don't care about anything as much.
That's exactly it. But I don't care doesn't sound so good.
Well, see, that's right.
But it's it. That's really
not an effect.
When people hear we say we don't care, they go, "Well, God, that's sick," you know.
I know. It's a good